Hello everyone and welcome to this video, some Frontier video. Now, yesterday I brought you this, which was my handheld Toshiba Libretto 50CT. Very small, very compact laptop, and possibly, no doubt, very expensive. However, today I come before you good people with another Toshiba. Now this one is not very small, it's not very compact, and I certainly don't think it will be very expensive, or would have been to buy. I mean, yeah, it would have been expensive, but not necessarily in terms of laptops. So let's have a wee look at it. So to do the usual standard tour, on the left hand side, I do believe we have a speaker, well, actually no, that's a hard disk slot. Some sort of locking switch, 2 PCMCIA card bus, PCMCIA type 2 or 1 type 3 slot, a power button. There is also an IEEE 1284 parallel printer port, a fan, RS-232 serial port, VGA out, power supply, and there's a PS2 mouse and keyboard port, CD-ROM drive, headphone, microphone and line in, and a manual volume knob. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, and there's a floppy drive here, which is always good. Now, you're probably wondering why I put it to you that I think this machine was a cheaper one. Well, if we have a look in here, something that's quite rare for a machine of this age, it still has its original spec sticker on. Then again, so does this one, but never mind. This machine, it tells me that going mobile has never been so easy, and that I should take the new Satellite 2140CS. Toshiba in touch with tomorrow. 2140 CDS, or 2140 can't do shit, I think. Because, here's the specs. It's a 450 MHz AMD K6-2 mobile processor. Now, they're not actually so bad, aren't the K6s? My compact Presario had a K6. Oh yeah, I've just noticed the acupoint on this is missing. Nice, well done. It has a 12.1 inch DSTN colour display, dual scan. Right. Basically means it's passive matrix, or as Billy Corr and I like to call it, the C6 screen or the nausea screen. We call it that because I remember playing Wolfenstein 3D on my Dell Latitude XP4/75C, which also had a passive matrix screen. and after a few moments of gameplay, I felt sick. I literally felt seasick. It's got 32 megs of RAM, which for a laptop of kind of this era, well, put it this way, all of my other 450 megahertz machines, and yes, even my 300s, were coming with 128 megs of RAM. I have a 233 and a 266, both with 64 megs of RAM each. 32 megs is about enough, but it's no more than that for Windows 98, which is what this will have came with. It has an integrated 56k V90 modem, which, to be honest, is quite generous because a lot of laptops will come in with 33.6k. Easy keys for internet access and CD player. Very much a home user thing, I would say. And then you've got Toshiba bass enhanced sound system, and then it claims that the battery life was 2.5 hours. You can kind of tell that this machine would have probably been made with the option of having a bigger screen, and I can tell that because the bezel around the screen is really quite thick. You can imagine that had you paid a wee bit more money, you'd have got one that actually filled it out. Now, I know that on the Dell Inspiron that Brandon Bishop has, the lack of screen size was actually causing some structural wear. Some quite interesting structural wear. But this seems to be okay. We go on about how... A lot of people go on about how bad Toshibas are nowadays. And to be honest, yes, I have been guilty of it. But I think back in the day, they really were built very well. Oh, and something else I've not noticed, there's actually a dial on the screen that'll probably be for brightness. There's no contrast dial, but I can, you know, even without knowing, I could tell from the picture on the listing that this was a passive matrix display. Anyway, I'm going to put this down, and thanks to the magic of video editing, I'll have this plugged in. Okay, so that's it plugged in, and the lights are coming on, so it's showing signs of life, which is always good. So what I can do is hit the on button, and it came straight on. In touch with tomorrow. Distributed by Toshiba. And immediately you can tell all the screen colours are washed out. Or maybe I'm being quite unfair. Because I mean, it has just turned on. Oh wow, I can make the machine look faulty. The phone is actually making it look a lot better than it actually is. Let's add some sound. And then you've got all the let's fool around sounds. Okay, now before I really do anything else, I'm going to reset the mouse pointer because I literally, you know, I can't see a thing. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put trails on here. Because on a machine like this, you definitely need them. So here we are. This is the Toshiba Authentic AMD. Oh, and it looks like someone's went and upgraded the RAM. So this machine now has 160 megs of RAM, which actually puts it in line of some of my other machines. I wonder, with the layout of the icons as well, whether this has been upgraded at some point from the original Windows 98. It's got Wax 2000. Oh my goodness, that's my hair. It's got Wax 2000 on it. E-Games Galaxy of Win Games that had some pretty good games back in the day, did those guys. Shut it! Oh, what a noise. See, now, there's themes in Windows 7, and while they do have custom sounds, they don't have sounds for things like opening and closing menus and things like that. It's just simple as you want. So we've got Adobe Acrobat Reader 4, some Toshiba utilities, a copy of Wax 2. Well, there's 2 Wax. Oh no, that's actually Wax. And then there's Hones Tech VHS to DVD. Why would that be on here? Unless someone had an external DVD burner plugged into it. Oh, and that's Wax clothing. Set wrap though, I mean, apart from the fact that this machine is missing its acupoint, everything on it and in it works. It's brilliant. 800 by 600 though. I wonder if that, I mean, it looks like the optimum resolution. Yes, it is. Oh well. To be honest, I don't mind, because it makes things bigger. So you can definitely tell that this is one of the cheaper laptops. But you know what? That is not such a bad thing. What Toshiba have done is they, instead of trying to stick with the newest technologies and cut corners, they've actually lowered the specification. It is, you know, sometimes, you know, this is something that, you know, my best friend who lives down south was talking about. He turned round one day and said that he would sooner have a 21-inch JVC TV rather than a 28-inch Orion or Alba or Bush TV. Because you just know that the smaller TV, while it is smaller, it's going to be more of a joy to watch, because you'll get the better picture, probably get better sound, you will actually get, you know, and it'll work, it won't feel cheap or nasty, and it'll just be more reliable. And this is the method that Toshiba have taken. Instead of trying to go all out to make the spec sheet look good, they've put in what they can put in and made it the best that it can be. And I like that. Well, another thing I have noticed is this computer advertises itself as having 3D now. Now, what are you going to use that for on a passive matrix display? Probably could use it for CAD and CAM. but you couldn't use it on a couldn't use it for gaming, not on a passive matrix display. The graphics card in this machine is an S3 Verge MX, and it's got 2 megabytes of video memory. Oh dear, would you please can it? Let's have a look. It does have Direct 3D, so it can do 3D processing. And look at it fly. That is hideous. It can do it though. So I wonder, is it meant that you're supposed to plug it into an external monitor? 3D processing on a 2 megabyte graphics chip. I'm not entirely sure how that's supposed to work when it's got a 4 gig hard disk. But okay, never mind. Moving swiftly on. Seems to me it's almost like it's certainly in the same class that my compact Presario 2240's in. Except that doesn't have a passive matrix display. I suppose it's quite funny because putting a passive matrix display on a laptop. Oh, just for the record, the 2130 CS has got an active matrix display. So I don't know. Talk amongst yourselves. Discuss that as you will. I don't know. Seems odd how one has one, the other has. Oh well, never mind. Toshiba, I think, were trying to justify their decision to use such displays by saying, well, look, it's more secure because people can't actually see over your shoulder. And they do kind of have a point. If you view this at an angle, you can't really do it. It suddenly becomes a lot less visible. But I don't know. If it was that secure, we'd still be using them today. I mean, I don't know. Personally, as an argument, it's an interesting one, but not one that I would have went for. But overall, I do like this machine, and I'm glad I've got it. And I've got to get rid of that sound scheme. I swear down. But I think, do you know what? Job well done, Toshiba. Why can't you build laptops to this build quality specification now? I mean, yes, they are the easiest machines to work on if you have to repair them, thanks to the fact that you don't have to solder and desolder the power jack. It's basically just a plug-in affair. Anyway, I guess this concludes this wee video of the Toshiba Satellite 2140 CDS. Thank you for watching this video, and I would like to thank the person who sold me it for sending it in a timely manner and in very, very good condition. Thank you to everyone who watched, and thanks once again to the person on eBay who sold me this. And I hope you'll all tune in and see my next video. So stay tuned and please subscribe. Instructions on how to do so will follow.